Have you ever stood in front of your closet and thought, why does everything I wear make me look shorter, wider, or older than I actually feel? If you're a petite woman over 60, I know you've felt that frustration. But here's the truth. Being petite is not a limitation. It's actually a secret superpower, if you know how to style it right. The fashion industry doesn't always make it easy for us. Clothes are designed for taller bodies, oversized trends swallow us whole, and sometimes even well-meaning advice sounds like it's about hiding flaws. But at this stage of life, you and I both know, we're not hiding. We're stepping out with more wisdom, more grace, and more confidence than ever before. So today, I'm going to share 7 powerful style tips made especially for petite women over 60. Not the same old recycled advice you've heard 100 times, but thoughtful, research-based strategies that will make your outfits feel balanced, elegant, and most importantly, true to who you are. And I'll also share why proportion, fabric, and even psychology play a bigger role than you might think. Whether you're 5'1" or 5'3", whether you love casual comfort or timeless elegance, these tips will help you stop fighting with your wardrobe and start enjoying it again. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what styles flatter your petite frame, but also how to use fashion as a language of confidence, because style at 60 is not about looking younger. It's about looking like the very best version of you today. Now, the very first tip is the foundation of everything else. Proportion matters far more than size. You see, petite women often get caught up in the number on the clothing tag. Size 2, size 12, petite section or not. But size alone doesn't determine whether an outfit flatters you. Proportion does. So what do I mean by proportion? Think of your outfit like a painting. A well-composed painting isn't about how large or small the canvas is. It's about balance. For us petites, balance means wearing clothing that divides the body in a way that elongates, rather than cuts us off. A simple but powerful rule is called the rule of thirds. Instead of splitting your body in half, say with a long top that ends mid-thigh and pants that cover the rest, try creating a 1/3 to 2/3 ratio. For example, a tucked-in blouse with high-rise trousers. This naturally draws the eye upward, lengthening your silhouette without adding a single inch to your height. Here's the mistake many women, myself included, have made thinking oversized clothing hides problem areas. In reality, for petites, oversized pieces often overwhelm us. They make us look smaller, rounder, and sometimes even older than we are. Instead of hiding, the goal is to highlight your waist, your neckline, your posture. That's where proportion becomes your best friend. Picture this, you put on a long tunic with wide leg pants. Comfortable, yes, but from a distance, it can look like the outfit is wearing you, not the other way around. Now imagine the same pants, but with a shorter, slightly fitted jacket that ends just above your hip bone. Suddenly, you look taller, sharper, and more put together, without changing your height or weight at all. That's the magic of proportion. And here's something fascinating. Research in visual perception shows that our eyes naturally read vertical balance before they read size. That means people notice how your outfit is divided and framed long before they notice the number stitched inside your clothing tag. In other words, proportion communicates elegance faster than anything else you wear. So the takeaway here is simple. Stop obsessing over the size on the label. Instead, focus on how your outfit creates balance. Whether you're wearing a size 6, a size 16, or anything in between, you'll look more polished, confident, and graceful when your proportions are in harmony. And as we move into the next tips, you'll see how this principle connects with color, fabric, and even accessories. Now let's move into our second tip, which is one of my personal favorites, monochromatic and column dressing. This is not about wearing head-to-toe black every day. It's about using a single color or very similar tones to create one smooth, continuous line from top to bottom. Why does this matter for petite women? Because when the eye sees one uninterrupted column of color, It moves vertically instead of stopping and starting. This creates the illusion of extra height and balance, without feeling forced or gimmicky. It's a simple but powerful way to make your frame appear longer and leaner. Here's what that looks like in real life. Imagine wearing a navy blouse with navy trousers, and perhaps a slightly lighter blue cardigan on top, or a soft beige sweater with matching trousers, paired with nude shoes. The key is keeping the tones in the same family so that your outfit feels like one graceful column. You can also play with textures. A knit top with tailored pants in the same shade can be far more interesting than a flat, single fabric. This way, you're not only elongating your body visually, you're also adding depth and richness to your look. What you want to avoid are harsh color breaks right at the waist or hips. For example, a stark white blouse with black pants may feel classic, but for petites it visually cuts the body in half. If you love contrast, try layering a jacket or scarf that ties the two colors together, so you keep that sense of flow. And here's the beautiful part. Column dressing isn't just about looking taller. There's psychology behind it too. When you wear a harmonious palette, people perceive you as more polished and intentional. It signals calm, balance, and confidence, qualities that feel especially empowering at this stage of life. So don't think of monochromatic dressing as boring. Think of it as elegant simplicity. Whether it's all creams, all navy, or even a column of rich jewel tones, this technique allows your personality, not just your clothes, to shine through. And when we layer this with the principle of proportion, the results are absolutely transformative. Our third tip may surprise you, because it's not about color or silhouette, it's about fabric. The fabric you choose can completely change how an outfit looks on a petite frame. And for women over 60, the right fabrics don't just flatter. They also bring ease, comfort, and grace to every movement. Think of it this way. Stiff, heavy fabrics, like thick denim, bulky wool, or rigid synthetics, tend to add bulk. They can overwhelm a petite figure, making you look boxy and shorter. On the other hand, fabrics that have fluidity and gentle drape, like silk blends, lightweight knits, fine linen, or soft crepe, skim the body without clinging. They move with you, creating an elegant line instead of a stiff outline. For example, picture two skirts. One is made of stiff denim, the other a soft A-line in a light wool blend. The denim may feel youthful, but on a petite frame it can cut you off and appear bulky. The lighter fabric, however, follows your movement. It elongates and flatters, while still being incredibly comfortable. Or think about trousers. Wide-leg pants in a heavy fabric can drown a petite woman, but the same style in a fluid fabric. Suddenly they look modern, chic, and lengthening. At 60 and beyond, comfort is no longer negotiable. But comfort doesn't mean shapeless or sloppy. It means choosing fabrics that feel good on your skin, breathe with your body, and allow you to move gracefully. And let's be honest, at this stage, we've earned the right to demand both style and comfort, not one or the other. There's also a psychological effect. Flowing fabrics project ease and softness, which others often perceive as approachability and elegance. You're not fighting your clothes, you're in harmony with them. And that subtle difference can make you appear not just stylish, but confident and at peace with yourself. So the next time you shop, don't just look at the color or cut, touch the fabric. Hold it, move it, see how it falls. If it feels stiff, ask yourself, will this help me look polished, or will it weigh me down? Because fabrics that move with you don't just flatter your body, they honor your lifestyle and your presence. Our fourth tip is one that every petite woman over 60 should have in her style toolkit: vertical lines and strategic details. This isn't about wearing stripes from head to toe. It's about using design elements that naturally guide the eye upward and downward, creating length and balance. Here's the truth. Our eyes are drawn by direction. Horizontal lines, like wide belts, dropped hems, or boxy tops, visually stretch the body sideways. Vertical lines, however, encourage the eye to move up and down, which instantly lengthens the silhouette. For petite women, this is one of the simplest, most elegant tricks to appear taller without heels. So how do you do this in everyday outfits? You can choose pinstripes. Subtle, narrow ones are best. You can add a long open cardigan or a tailored blazer that creates two vertical lines down the front of your body. Even something as simple as wearing a long pendant necklace or tying a scarf so it hangs vertically creates the same effect. Another detail to consider is seam placement. Pants with vertical creases, dresses with center seams, or jackets with princess seams. All of these tiny elements work quietly in your favor, shaping your frame in a flattering way. Now, one thing to avoid is overwhelming prints or bold, oversized patterns. On a petite frame, a giant floral can overpower you. Instead, go for smaller, more delicate patterns or keep prints in the same tonal family so they don't interrupt that vertical flow. What I love most about vertical styling is the psychology behind it. Vertical lines feel elegant and dynamic. They signal movement, direction, and vitality. They say this woman is going somewhere. And at 60 or 70, isn't that the perfect message? We are not fading into the background. We are still moving forward with purpose. So the next time you're choosing a dress, a blouse, or even an accessory, ask yourself, does this outfit guide the eye up and down, or does it stop me in the middle? Those small choices make a big difference for a petite frame. And when paired with the right proportions and fabrics, vertical details can completely transform your presence. Now let's talk about something that might seem small, but actually has a huge impact: your shoes and your hemlines. For petite women, these two work hand in hand. The wrong combination can cut your height in half, while the right pairing creates harmony, flow, and elegance from head to toe. Here's the key idea. Shoes and hemlines should never fight each other. Instead, they should create a visual continuation. For example, when you wear a skirt or dress, the hemline should ideally hit at a place that flatters your proportions, often just above the knee, right at the knee, or slightly below it. Pair that with a shoe that elongates the leg, like a nude pump, a pointed toe flat, or even a sleek ankle boot in the same color as your tights. Let's take trousers as an example. Wide leg pants that skim the floor look stunning on petites when paired with shoes in the same color family, like navy pants with navy loafers, or black trousers with black ankle boots. That continuity means the eye doesn't stop at your ankles, it keeps moving smoothly down. But here's the flip side. If you wear cropped pants with chunky sneakers, or a dark skirt with light shoes, the eye hits a hard stop, and suddenly your legs look shorter than they actually are. It's a simple visual trick, but once you notice it, you'll never unsee it. Now I know what you may be thinking. Do I really have to wear heels at 60? Absolutely not. Comfort is queen. The good news is, you don't need height in your shoes, you need shape. A pointed toe flat elongates the leg just as well as a heel. Low block heels, wedge sandals, or sleek loafers are perfect alternatives that combine style and stability. Shoes carry more than just our weight. They carry our presence. The right shoe doesn't just complete the outfit. It tells the world how you're moving through it. Are you moving with elegance, with confidence, with intention? When paired thoughtfully with your hemlines, your shoes can quietly say all of that without a single word. So remember this: your hemline sets the stage, and your shoes are the finishing note. When they work together, they create harmony. When they clash, they cut the music short. And once you start paying attention to this pairing, you'll see just how transformative it can be for your overall style. Now, this next tip is one that many women overlook, but it may be the most transformative of all. Tailoring. Yes, tailoring. The quiet, unspoken secret of every stylish petite woman. Because the truth is, clothes are designed for standard sizes that rarely match the reality of our bodies, especially as we get older. If you've ever bought a jacket where the sleeves swallowed your hands, or trousers that bunched at the ankles, you've experienced the frustration of clothing not being made for petites. Off-the-rack fashion is designed for mass production, not for individuality. And when a garment doesn't fit properly, Even the most expensive piece can look sloppy. Here's where tailoring comes in. A simple hem, a nipped-in waist, or a shortened sleeve can completely transform an outfit. A blazer that once felt boxy suddenly looks sharp and intentional. Pants that once dragged now create a clean, lengthening line. Even a simple shift dress can look custom-made with just a few alterations. And the best part? Tailoring doesn't have to be expensive. Often a small adjustment, something that costs less than a lunch out, can make a $60 dress look like a $600 one. Tailoring is also about respect. Respect for yourself. It says, I deserve clothes that fit me, not the other way around. And that shift in thinking can be incredibly empowering, especially at this stage of life, when we know our worth and no longer settle for almost right. So, the next time you buy something new, or even look at pieces already hanging in your closet, ask yourself, would this shine with just a little adjustment? Because when your clothes fit beautifully, you don't just look younger or taller, you look like a woman who knows herself and her value. And that, my friends, is the ultimate secret of elegance. And that brings us to our final tip. And honestly, the most important one of all, seeing style as a language of confidence. Because at the end of the day, clothes are not just fabric, they're communication. They tell the world who you are before you even say a word. For petite women, the temptation is often to focus only on looking taller or looking slimmer. But style is not about chasing an illusion. It's about presenting your authentic self with confidence. When you choose colors that make you feel radiant, when you wear silhouettes that let you move with ease, you're sending a message. I am here, I am visible, I matter. Confidence in style can be as simple as a delicate necklace that highlights your neckline, a well-chosen handbag that adds structure, or a scarf in a color that lifts your complexion. Accessories for petite should feel like accents, not distractions. Small brushstrokes that complete the painting, not overwhelm it. And let's not forget posture. No outfit is complete without standing tall. A petite woman who carries herself with open shoulders and lifted energy will always look more powerful than one hiding inside perfect clothes. Here's the deeper truth. Style is deeply psychological. Studies in fashion psychology show that when we feel confident in what we're wearing, we actually perform better, connect more easily, and even project more authority. So when you choose outfits that make you feel aligned with who you are, you're not just changing how others see you, you're changing how you see yourself. So remember, style is not about age, height, or size. It's about presence. At 60, 70, or beyond, you have nothing to prove, only something to express. And when you see fashion as the language of confidence, every outfit becomes more than clothing. It becomes your story, your energy, and your voice in the world. So let's take a moment to reflect. We've talked about 7 powerful style tips, from understanding proportion, to creating fluid lines with monochromatic dressing, to choosing fabrics that move with you. We've seen the magic of vertical details, the harmony of shoes and hemlines, the quiet transformation of tailoring, and finally the truth that style itself is a language of confidence. But here's what I hope you truly take away. Style at 60 and beyond isn't about pretending to be taller, younger, or anything other than who you are. It's about honoring yourself, your body, your experiences, your wisdom with clothing that supports and celebrates you. Every piece in your closet has the potential to either weigh you down or lift you up, and the choice is always yours. So this week, I encourage you to try just one of these tips. Maybe it's pairing your shoes with your hemlines, maybe it's pulling together a monochromatic look, or maybe it's finally taking that blazer to the tailor. Notice how it makes you feel. Because at the end of the day, style is not about impressing others. It's about reminding yourself of the strong, elegant woman you already are. And now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 tips resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your wisdom may be exactly what another woman needs to hear today.